Here is a special message of hope for people who are trapped in difficult situations. You or somebody you know may be battling financial problems, health problems, addiction, or relationship issues. Maybe you have a troubled teen who needs help, or know somebody in an abusive relationship who's desperate for a new start. Maybe you have a big test coming up, or maybe you're trying to get married, but you just can't find the right person. That's exactly the situation that Gershon Byrd, the co-founder of Western Wall Prayers, found himself in. I want to share Gershon's story with you in his own words. Here's an interview he did with RT News.
Gershon Byrd was his own prayer agent, hoping it would bring him lasting love. He'd already dated 50 women and was on the point of giving up when he finally met his wife.
I had been going to the Western Wall for 40 days for a few different cycles, praying and hoping and immersed in what kind of person I need to be developing myself in order to be worthy of meeting my soulmate.
We can only imagine the relief Gershon must have felt after finally getting married. He made a firm resolution to pray at the Western Wall for 40 straight days, and his prayers were answered. Gershon's idea to pray at the Western Wall for 40 days straight came from Moses, who successfully prayed for 40 days on Mount Sinai to save the Jewish people from destruction. The problem is that most people can't be at the Western Wall for 40 days straight in person. That's why we at Western Wall Prayers created a special program where we can go to the Western Wall to pray for you for 40 days instead. Thousands of people have already done it. Many of them never believed that miracles could happen in their lives, yet so many did. Here are just a few stories to share with you. There was young Alexandra of Florida, whose parents were stunned when she suddenly recovered from a severe concussion that doctors had been unable to treat. After 40 days of prayer at the Western Wall, Alexandra returned to her bright and witty self. There was Juanita Horster of Midland, Texas, who had tried for 4 years to have children but couldn't. She was about to give up trying and adopt a child when she decided to send one of our prayer partners to the wall for 40 days. Juanita was thrilled to get a positive pregnancy test result right after her 40 days of prayer were complete, and we were overjoyed to receive pictures of her beautiful baby girl 9 months later. Tom in Canada got the job he wanted against all odds. Karina of Indiana won custody of her little girl. Malia Carter and Sanders reignited their once-stale relationship. Matthew Feinstein returned unharmed from 12 months of active duty in Iraq, where he regularly found himself in combat manning a machine gun on a Humvee. At Western Wall Prayers, we work with a group of dedicated biblical scholars who meet the highest standards of personal integrity and devotion to the divine service. For a donation of just over $2 a day, or less than a price of a cup of coffee, you can have a prayer partner pray for you for 40 days straight at the Western Wall. Everybody wins. Powerful prayers are said with devotion on your behalf, and your donation goes to charitable causes in Jerusalem. Here's how it works. First, you tell us what you want us to pray for. Then you make your tax-deductible $95 donation to Western Wall Prayers. We'll help you compose a prayer based on your request and email it to you so you can also say it yourself at the same time as your prayer partner is praying for you in Jerusalem. You will also receive email updates as your 40 days of prayer are in progress and suggestions of positive practices you can try back at home to help your prayers be answered. Praying can be hard. You may be at a loss for what to say. You may doubt your prayers are being heard. Or you may find it hard to remember to pray regularly. People who enlist a 40-day prayer partner find that it becomes much easier for them to pray, because they know they have help, because they have a commitment to prayer, and because we are there to support them the whole way through. You might just get your heart's desire, but if you just come away with a greater sense of closeness to the divine and the merit of supporting a good cause, that's already worth it. You'll also receive the following: email support from our team, a prayer composed personally for you based on your request, notification of your prayer start date and description of your prayer partner, suggestions for positive practices you can try to help your prayers be answered, confirmation at the completion of the prayer cycle, all for just less than a price of a cup of coffee a day. Plus, it's tax deductible. Join the thousands of people whose lives have been changed through Western Wall Prayers today.